Recently, one mother found herself enraged when her daughter was sent home with a letter that was not only shocking, but very troubling. Here to tell her story is mother of a middle school 8th grade student, Ashley. Welcome to the show, Ashley.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell us what happened to your middle schooler, Ashley?
She came home from school. She's 13 years old, 8th grade. She came home from school, brought me a letter that had been distributed to all the girls in her class. None of the boys got it, just the girls. And it detailed a lot of the damage that body image can have on girls. And the first part of the letter was spot on about the negative effect that body image can have on mental health. And then you get down to the bottom, and it's offering the girls shapewear.
Wow, I'm speechless. What was your reaction to the letter?
My first reaction was I had to read it multiple times. You know, the first part of the letter was so good, and then I would get down to the bottom, and it just seemed so incongruous, you know, that they would mention the negative effect that body image has, and then segue that into here's some shapewear. And honestly, I was shocked, and then I was angry. I was very angry.
You had every right to be. So what was the reaction from social media after you shared this?
For the most part, everybody was just as outraged as I was. You know, I just was trying to get other mothers, fathers in the community to know what was going on, just in case their daughter didn't hand them the letter like my daughter had handed me. They may not have even known about the letter. And so I, took to social media to attempt to rally the troops to go to the school and say, this is not okay. This is not the message that we need to be sending our girls.
Dr. Judy, all I can say is, wow, what were they thinking? What are your thoughts on this letter?
First of all, it is unfortunate that the people who are propagating this are the counselors of the school. But everybody who works with children of all ages, we know that body image issues start happening way earlier than we might expect. You might think that it's more like junior high or high school, but it's not. It's as early as 1st or 2nd grade. And that's an important piece of education that we need to get out there, because that's how early we should really be starting to talk about what healthy body image really is and how to support it. So some really startling statistics: 80% of 10-year-old girls have been on a diet. Okay. And more than half of girls and 1/3 of boys ages 6 to 8 say they want to be thinner. If you have parents and other adults around you talking about dieting or how they want to be skinny, well, children soak up everything that you're talking about, and they're going to start to adopt these same beliefs for themselves. So you might not think that your 1st or 2nd grader are thinking about these things already, but the majority of them are. And so, of course, it's important to talk about good nutrition. And if it's morbid obesity, then of course we need to address that. But there's a huge range of what is healthy, and we need to be able to support those variations of body image and how all of that is okay.
Well, I mean, is there any room for benefit of the doubt here with these counselors, Judy?
It probably came from a good place. They're acknowledging the problem. They're trying to find a solution to it, but the solution was way off the mark. And interestingly, when you talk to people that have these ideas about how they're going to fix healthy body image issues, it's usually about some of their own issues and not actually the children. So what I mean by this is sometimes people have their own issues with feeling less than in terms of their own body image. Maybe they were teased when they were young and they're thinking, well, if I can help these girls look a little slimmer, then they wouldn't be teased and therefore they might have better outcomes. But actually you're just propagating the same issues that maybe you had to deal with and perhaps you hadn't resolved yet as an adult. So I think if you're working with children, you got to do an honest gut check with yourself. And if you have some of those issues, you need to resolve them and put them away from your actual work of helping the children. Don't put your own ideals and maybe your own hangups on the children you're working with, and really take a broad view. Think about what actually works in the research and apply that research in a way that works for the children that you're trying to help. But the solution is not shapewear as a teenager. You have to think about some other practical solutions, helping them with their self-esteem, for example, having their self-esteem not be so reliant on exactly how much they weigh on a given day or what their best friend looks like. These are the types of things that we really need to be working on with these kids